Yo, what's good? Broncos country? Buckle up, grab your orange and blue gear, and let's dive into some spicy Denver Broncos news that's got us all hyped up. Today we're talking about a potential game changer for our squad. Straight from the NFL draft buzz, Ohio State's running back sensation Treveyon Henderson is in the building for a pre-draft visit with our boys in Denver. This ain't just any visit, fam. This could be the spark that lights up Sean Payton's offense and gives Bo Nix the ultimate weapon. So let's break it down, get fired up, and talk about why this news has us ready to storm Empower Field at Mile High. Oh, and stick around because I want to hear your take in the comments. Drop it like it's hot. All right, let's set the stage. If you haven't heard of Treveyon Henderson yet, you're about to become his biggest fan. This dude is a beast out of Ohio State, and when I say he's got juice, I mean he's got all the sauce. Picture this: a 5'10", 195-pound dynamo who runs like he's got rockets strapped to his cleats, catches passes like a wide receiver, and blocks like he's auditioning for the O-line. Yeah, he's that guy. In his senior season, he racked up over 1,000 rushing yards and showed he can be a dual threat with 27 receptions. For a team like the Broncos, who've been starving for a legit RB1, this is the kind of player that makes you sit up and say, yo, we might be cooking something special in 2025. All right, Broncos country, let's be real for a second. Our running back room? It's been, let's just say, Jaleel McLaughlin has shown some flashes and Audric Esteem has potential, but we need a stud who can carry the load and make defenses sweat. That's where Henderson comes in. He's not just a running back, he's a playmaker who fits Sean Payton's system like a glove, with a little bit of that Ohio State swagger. So tell me in the comments, Broncos fans, are you feeling this fit or not? Let's bring the energy. Okay, so why's this visit got us losing our minds? Well, according to the homie Mike Cleese over at 9 News, Henderson was in Denver today, April 16th, 2025, getting the VIP treatment from the Broncos brass. This ain't just a casual coffee date, y'all. When a team brings in a prospect this close to the draft, it means they're serious. The Broncos have been doing their homework on running backs since the NFL Combine, and Henderson's name keeps popping up like it's written in neon lights. The fact that he's the last prospect they're meeting before the draft? That's a big old hint they're crushing on him hard. Now, here's the tea. Sean Payton's track record with draft visits is kind of sneaky. In 2 years with Denver, the Broncos have only drafted one player they brought in for a visit, cornerback Riley Moss in 2023, who they traded up to snag. So when they roll out the red carpet for Henderson, you know they're not messing around. This visit screams, we see you, Treveyon, and we want you in orange and blue. But here's my question for you. Broncos country. If we draft Henderson, where do you see him fitting in our offense? RB1 right away, or a rotational guy to start? Hit me with your thoughts below. Let's talk X's and O's for a minute, because this is where it gets juicy. Sean Payton's offense is all about versatility, misdirection, and making defenses look silly. Henderson checks every box on Payton's wish list. First off, his speed and explosiveness are straight up filthy. Ohio State loved putting him in space with outside runs, and once he hits the open field, it's game over. Defenders are out here eating his dust. For a Broncos team that wants to stretch the field and keep defenses guessing, that's gold. But wait, there's more. Henderson's not just a runner, he's a legit weapon in the passing game. He's got soft hands and can turn a check down into a house call. Imagine Bo Nix dumping it off to Henderson on a 3rd and 5, and next thing you know, he's juking linebackers and sprinting for a first down. That's the kind of play that gets Empower Field rocking. Plus, here's the kicker. Henderson's a stud in pass protection. For a running back, that's huge, because Payton loves guys who can keep his QB clean. Bo Nix is our guy, and Henderson could be the bodyguard who gives him time to sling it. Broncos fans, let's dream big for a sec. Picture this. It's Week 1, 2025, and we're facing the Chiefs. Bo Nix drops back, fakes a handoff to Henderson, and then hits him on a wheel route for a 40-yard touchdown. Arrowhead goes silent, and Broncos country goes wild. Can you see it? I know I can. So, tell me, what's your dream play for Henderson in a Broncos uni? Drop it in the comments, and let's get this hype train rolling. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the NFL draft, 'cause things are heating up. The Broncos are sitting pretty at pick number 20 in the first round, and the running back class this year is stacked. Boise State's Ashton Jeanty is the consensus RB1, with some mocks saying he could go top 10. North Carolina's Omarion Hampton is another name that's been linked to Denver. But here's the deal. Henderson's got a real shot to sneak into the first round, especially if a team like the Broncos falls in love with him. Now, Henderson's draft stock has had some ups and downs. Injuries early in his college career raised some red flags, but he bounced back with a monster senior season. Some scouts are worried about his size and durability, but others see him as a home run hitter who can change games. One NFL personnel director called him one of the most exciting players in the draft, and I'm not arguing with that. The Athletics draft guru Dane Brugler gives Henderson a second-round grade, but if the Broncos want him, they might need to pull the trigger at number 20 or trade up in the second round to secure him. Here's where it gets interesting. Henderson's not just on Denver's radar. He visited the Pittsburgh Steelers, who pick right after us at number 21, and had Zoom calls with teams like the Cowboys, Bengals, and Panthers. The Washington Commanders are also sniffing around, with ESPN's Jordan Reed mocking him to them. Broncos country, we can't let these other teams steal our guy. So I'm putting it to you. Would you be cool with taking Henderson at number 20, or should we wait and hope he falls to the second round? Let's debate this in the comments. Don't hold back. Let's paint a picture of what Henderson could mean for our squad. First off, he's an instant upgrade to our running game. Last season, our ground attack was middling at best, and we need someone who can take the pressure off Bo Nix. Henderson's ability to break off big runs and catch passes gives us that dynamic playmaker we've been missing. Plus, his pass-blocking skills mean he can stay on the field on third downs, which is huge for a rookie. But it's not just about stats, it's about vibes. Henderson's got that dog in him, and you know Broncos country loves players with heart. He's been through adversity with injuries and still came out swinging, leading Ohio State to a national championship game. That's the kind of mentality that thrives in Denver, where the altitude tests everyone's grit. I can already see him trucking a linebacker and then doing the mile-high salute to a roaring crowd. And let's talk about the Bo Nix connection. Our QB1 had a breakout rookie year, but he needs more weapons to take the next step. Henderson could be the Robin to Nix's Batman, giving us a backfield duo that keeps defensive coordinators up at night. With new additions like tight end Evan Engram and a hopefully healthy Tim Patrick, our offense could be straight up nasty in 2025. So Broncos fans, I want to know, how excited are you for a Nix-Henderson backfield? Scale of 1 to 10, let's hear it. We can't talk about Henderson without giving a shout-out to the mastermind Sean Payton. This dude's been scheming up offenses since we were all rocking flip phones, and he knows exactly what he wants in a running back. Payton's history with guys like Reggie Bush, Mark Ingram, and Alvin Kamara shows he loves versatile backs who can do it all. Henderson fits that mold to a T. Payton's also got a rep for making bold draft moves. He traded up for Ingram in New Orleans, and some analysts think he might do the same to secure a back like Henderson if the board falls right. With 3 sixth-round picks to play with, the Broncos have the ammo to maneuver in the draft. Whether it's grabbing Henderson at number 20 or making a sneaky trade, you know Payton's got something up his sleeve. So, Broncos country, what's your trust level in Payton to make the right call? Sound off below. I'm reading every comment. Now let's keep it 100. Henderson's not perfect, and some fans might be side-eyeing this pick. His injury history is the biggest knock. There were games at Ohio State where he wasn't at full strength, and that's got some scouts nervous. At 195 pounds, he's not the biggest back, so there's a question about whether he can handle a full workload. Plus, with a deep running back class, some might argue we could wait and grab a guy like Iowa's Caleb Johnson or Michigan's Donovan Edwards later in the draft. But here's my take. Every prospect's got flaws, and Henderson's upside is through the roof. His tape shows a player who can flip a game with one touch, and his pass blocking gives him an edge over other backs in this class. The Broncos' medical staff is top-notch, and Payton's smart enough to manage his workload to keep him fresh. So, let's settle this, Broncos country. Are you worried about Henderson's injuries, or are you all in on his potential? Hit me with your hot takes. Broncos fans, we've been through the struggle. 8 years without a playoff win, a carousel of QBs, and a running game that's been more meh than wow. But 2024 was a turning point. Bo Nix balled out, Pat Certain too was Defensive Player of the Year, and we made the playoffs. Now we're on the cusp of something special, and a player like Henderson could push us over the edge. This draft is our chance to build around Nix and make a statement in the AFC West. The Chiefs ain't slowing down, the Chargers are scrappy, and the Raiders, well, they're still the Raiders, but we gotta stay ahead. Henderson could be the piece that makes our offense unstoppable and gets us back to contending for Super Bowls. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. So, Broncos country, what's your vibe for the 2025 season? Are we making a deep playoff run with Henderson in the mix? Let's get loud in the comments. All right, fam, there you have it. The full scoop on why Treveyon Henderson's visit has Broncos country buzzing like a beehive. This dude's got the speed, the hands, and the heart to be a star in Denver, and I'm ready to see him rock that. Orange and blue. Whether we snag him at number 20 or make a slick move in the second round, one thing's clear. The Broncos are serious about upgrading this offense, and Henderson could be the key. Smash that like button. If you're hyped for Henderson, drop a comment where we're at with your thoughts. Do you want him at number 20, or are you eyeing another prospect? Let's talk ball. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our Broncos content. We're here to keep you locked in all draft season. Let's keep the energy high, keep the faith strong, and get ready for a wild 2025 season. Broncos country, we ride. Let's go get that ring.